Alright, so where we left off was I had done a git add and added the two files here that we had for a web page project to the Git repository that I made. So I'm going to track those files. And right now this seems like a lot of work for not much reward, but hopefully as these videos go on, you'll start to see what I'm up to with this. Now I didn't add the configuration file to the Git repository. That would be hard to do because it's in a completely different directory structure, but there's another reason why I really don't care. The real configuration file has got a password in it, and you never, ever put a password in a Git repository. Terrible idea, won't do it. Okay, now let's get back to Git here for a minute. This is getting away from building a web page. We got a lot of different stuff going on here, but right now Git is tracking the files that I put in here, index.php and style.css. That means it's keeping track of changes I make to them. But when I've reached a point where I'm happy with where I'm at, then we should do what's called a commit, and that gives a breakpoint that you can go back to. You say, oh, so I made this commit. Now I'm going to make a bunch of changes. Oh, I made a bunch of changes. I broke some stuff, and I can't unbreak it. You can go back to previous commits, back to where you had a working version. So I'm going to do a git commit. -m is for a message. Actually, I want to commit all of them. And the new message is beginning web page. Great. So you do git status again, and it says, hey, everything's clean, don't have anything to be committed. So this changes to be committed here was a little message saying, hey, you need to do a git commit because you haven't committed anything. Okay. Oh, let's see. Your branch is based on origin master, but the upstream is gone. That doesn't sound good. I think I'm going to go need to fix that. Hang on a bit. Alright, so I'm not sure what happened there. I paused for a second. This is the git status I had done before, and it's saying that my upstream is gone. Okay, so upstream, this is on the server we're going to be using to serve up web pages. The upstream is in GitLab where we were, and those two are supposed to be connected. That's when I did the git clone from GitLab down to this page. So somehow that connection got broken. You can do a git branch -a, and that'll show you all the things that are available to you, and there should be an origin a remote branch. So I'm going to have to set apparently that remote. So I went to GitLab, looked at my repo, and I said, oh, if you want to set up your remote branch, here's the actual command. It actually gives you the command to run. So it's git remote add origin, and then this is my repository. So let's see. Well, all right, let's see if we can make something work here. I thought this command was going to connect me to that remote, but apparently I was trying to make it. Okay. So what I did here was a git push. Git push takes your current Git repo and pushes it up to the remote. So in this case, I'm pushing to the origin. That is the remote. It's always yeah, I should rename it. It's called origin from the master branch. Remember, the master branch And do that. The master branch is on the branch I'm on right now. That is the default branch. Boy. This is not the way I wanted to make this video. That's for doggone sure. Gonna pause for a second. Okay, so let's see if that worked. I'm gonna go back to web interface for GitLab and go to files, and voila, index and style are there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the web page. But I'm gonna have to break. I gotta make some changes before I do that. It's nothing to do with the web page. It has to do with the way I set up GitLab. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. So we're going to use GitLab right now. I know it seems like this is just an extra lot of work to do, but this right here, this git push origin master, the ability to do that is going to make our life simpler. And this we're going to learn how to deal with branches, and it's going to do some cool stuff for us. But right now, I think it's time we saw our web page. So I'm going to pause again, change some things about, and then I'll show you the web page. Okay. You know what? I might as well tell you what I did. So I am waiting for our IT group to set me up with a different web page for that GitLab. For GitLab. Until I do that, I'm actually running two web pages off from the same place, aucs.alfred.edu. So I've always used this, aucs.alfred.edu, for student web pages. But again, because I only have this one page set up through IT so far, I was using it for GitLab also. So I had GitLab pointing to this. So you'd notice when I logged into GitLab, I was going to here. Maybe you noticed that. I think I mentioned it in one of the videos. So I had to repoint the web page back to where we use web pages and point it away from GitLab. And we'll actually talk a little bit about how to do that next semester. So anyways, so now we're back to pointing at web pages, and just to show you, so, and I had talked about this before too, this is the server, aucs.alfred.edu, and I've logged into it using PuTTY. I need to update some stuff. It's old, I haven't bothered. So if I go to var www.html, by the way, for students of mine, this actually is an old WebWorks server. That's why it's got this name here. I need to fix that. So remember, there's an index.html here somewhere. Yep. So if I vim that, I think I can just vim it. Boop, 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 boop. H4, that's a header, CI 205 MySQL. So that is this. Here's a hyperlink to a login, and this points to a configuration file, and then select some stuff from cookies. So that's this thing right here. Don't worry about that. We're not doing anything with that. What we're going to do instead, let's see, students, right? Yep, DC. And what was the name of that directory? Class web page. So CD class tab complete. And that. So remember this. We selected star from departments. Okay, so this is in the directory students DC class web page. And I wish I could copy that. All right, so I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to add that. Well, excuse me. Back here for a second. Remember, var www.html, that's where Apache's, that's the root of our web page, and that's where Apache looks for its first index.html. So here I want to go, an old age just kicked in. I forgot what the name of that was. Class web page. Okay. That's a directory. Class web page is a directory, and inside that directory we have the file index.php. Hey, so remember customer service? This is customer service. We are listing out the departments, and we are listing, you know what, let me pause for a second. I'm going to open up another window, do something. Okay, so remember we are executing a select star from departments, and then one time we are fetching one record from that, and then the second time we're fetching all of them. So I'm going to open up another putty window, and in this one I've logged into mysql, and I'm using the employees database and show tables. So there's departments. I'm going to select star from departments, and I need a semicolon. And if I do that, let's see, we get customer service, development, finance, human resources, etc. And there's customer service. So this is selecting the first record from that database and printing it here, and then this array is showing all of them. Alright, so let's review this one more time. Hopefully you've got this code somewhere. Well, I've got it in the videos. This file right here has our connection in it. This is the connector, and this prepares a select statement. So I could select from lots of different places here. And then this goes and fetches one record, and this fetches all of them, and this puts two line breaks in between them. Now, if I wanted to, let's see, what else do we have in here? Got development, so we could, instead of using, that'd be an insert mode. Departments, could use development. I don't know how big that table is, and I'm a little bit worried because some of these tables in this employees database are huge. So let's limit it to 20. Okay, so let's save that and refresh. Oops. Huh? It's not development. Oh, it's capital D. Let's try this again. What? Oh, that's a department, you dumb brain. Shoot. It's not a table. There's a table. Departments. How about employees? Let's see what we got for employees. Wow, let's manage to screw this up. Let's put ourselves in insert mode. This has got a lot of people in it, so we definitely want the limit here. So when I put development in here, that was actually one of the department names. That's not an actual table. Employees is a table, so you'll be able to do something with this and hit refresh. A little faith, and there we go. So here is an employee, George Facello, and then here is a list of 20 employees. You can't guarantee what order these come out with unless you put an order by or something like that in your SQL statement. I wouldn't rely on the order of these. It can be in any order. There's reasons for that, but we're not going to go into it. Okay, so now Let me see. Let me check on my time. I am 14 minutes into this video, so time to make another one.